Welcome to the Jerry Graves channel. The channel talks about narcissism and everything in between. I want to go ahead and jump straight into the topic. But first, if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button and let's jump into it. One of the things that people don't account for is the drain that's put on you just based off the fact that there are people not living up to what they're supposed to be. One of the main examples of this is older people who live to be 50, 60, 70 years old, but still act like they're teenagers, never really gaining any wisdom that they can impart to you, which is their job. As you get older, it becomes like your job to make the younger generations wiser. And most older people fail to do that. And it's surprising how immature people are even as they age. And the thing is that that's a drain because it's something slightly disturbing about that. There's something that's slightly just the idea that there's something wrong with it. We all know that that's not how it's supposed to be, and things being out of place. It's kind of like if you were to have clutter all over your living room, and that kind of draining you just because things are out of place. It makes it where it's harder to get things done, and it frustrates you, and soon you know that you don't really have a lot of energy to get things done, so you sit back and you let time pass, right? Same thing with these people, they're like that item that's out of place if they're not the way that they're supposed to be. And I know it sounds kind of bad when you say supposed to, you're supposed to, but yes, there is a natural order to the world, and many people choose not to feel that, right? And this is the reason why a lot of older people walk around later in life and they want to talk to people and nobody wants to talk to them, because we already know that they aren't going to give you any information that can better your life. You're an older person, younger people are supposed to want to talk to them, but again, it's a drain. They're going to drain you because they aren't what they're supposed to be. Same thing with gay people, which is something that's kind of yeah, it's kind of wild to say something like that, controversial, but it's true. If you're supposed to be a man or you're supposed to be a woman, and you're trying to switch sexes, and you're somewhere in between and things like that, again, it's out of order. It's like clutter. It drains the people around you, because we're born into a world that with so many problems, and you have a sense for what things are supposed to be, and you never are able to attain that. So they steal your energy by doing things like changing their sex or castrating themselves. You think that you can't, you're just because you want to do that, you can't really be like, okay, well, I'm not bothering anybody, because it's disturbing that you have cut off in one of your organs, and your behavior is changing, your voice is changing, and you're not what you're supposed to be. You know what I mean? And it's disturbing. So you're disturbing people, and okay, I get to be like, well, that's your fault, that's your problem, but all I'm saying is, as an observation, it drains the people around you who are disturbed. It's hard. Like a lot of things take your energy, steal your energy, because it just takes a lot of willpower to hold yourself together just throughout the day. So I don't want to just beat up on gay people or anything like that. I just want to spell out the truth, and I'm not against them or anything, but it's just that's how it is. And there's tons of examples. Those are just some of the more obvious ones, but there's tons of examples. Nobody lives up to what they're supposed to be. We're supposed to be living in a world that's real with justice, but we don't have justice. We live in a system of white supremacy, that's for sure, and that's not justice. And with many people who don't want it to change, they want to, and that in and of itself, obviously, you're not living up what you're supposed to be because why would why would the creator create people to be mistreated? Like, why would, you know what I mean? So you weren't, you were created to help people and help build a system of justice, which means, making sure nobody's ever mistreated, and people get the help that they need, constructive help, and things like that. But that's just my ideas, and I think it's a very something that you have to take into account. Just somebody who's a little bit out of order, draining your energy. I'm not saying you should avoid them, but I'm just saying you should recognize that it does it just a little bit. And yeah, we all get used to it because we're born into it, but that doesn't mean it doesn't drain your energy nonetheless. And that's all I have for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. Hopefully you can use that. Make sure you leave a like and a comment and subscribe, baby. Subscribe. Peace.